Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right, let me get the chat in here. Let me see. Um, oh no. Uh, Hello, God first. How you doing? How are you? So happy that you came to stop in. I hope you got some stories or experiences to share tonight. I sure do hope that. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me go in here and try to get on this chat. Hey, Indigo, I just spoke to you. I'm trying. You see me trying to do it too. I'm a mess. I'm getting ready to focus. Okay, I'm about to focus. Okay, let's see. Okay. I'm proud to drive with mom. Look at us. Ads. Hey, Angela. Hey, y'all. Y'all ready? I did have this flyer. Yeah, it's possible that y'all could have saw this flyer for Friday, but I forgot that I have another live scheduled for Friday. It's actually going to be, we're going to go back to those relationships that we talked about with the two young men that were on the panel with us. You were on that live, and so now I have two older men that might give us some hope when it comes to dating. They're coming back Friday, or they're coming on Friday. So I was like, oh, I forgot about that live. So I was reminded that I said I was going to do it, but I already scheduled it for Friday. So I said, oh, I got to break my promise, and I got to come over here tonight and do it. I hate to have y'all thinking I'm doing one thing and do something else, but I was trying to fit both things in. So this was the only way I could have did it. Hey, Chris. Hey, Shalonda. Yes, y'all. So yes, are y'all ready to have this discussion on dating long distance, y'all? I hope somebody got who is there anybody so far in the chat that's willing to come up? I didn't come stream, y'all. Oh, y'all. Now, how did I go from forgetting to go live on regular YouTube to always doing StreamYard? Now I always forget StreamYard. Okay, StreamYard, I know I gotta do that when the guests come on, but okay, y'all, I'm sorry. So I guess we gotta wing it on YouTube. So how y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing? How was your day? Y'all tell me how was your day? I had a very, very laid back day today. My grandchildren are not here today, so it was like really quiet, just me and Lexi hanging out today. So I had a very, very mild day, that's for sure today. Thank God about that. I'm glad to have God first in the chat. Yes. So did everybody have a good day today? Otherwise, other than being here right now today? Yeah, so y'all, we about to have this discussion about long distance relationships. Man, I don't know. And this is coming up quite often now. And I think it's more often now because people are doing more online dating. When you do more online dating, most likely the people that you're communicating with are not going to be in the city that you live in. So I just want to get some opinions, some experiences, maybe a couple of stories in here for people who have considered dating long distance or have dated long distance, whether it worked or not. I want to know if y'all can share with me if it actually worked. So I've never really tried it. When I was young, like one of my first loves moved out to Memphis, Tennessee. And it was devastating. We were so young that his parents were moving, so he had to move. So we kept in touch for years, maybe like 30 years afterwards. We always kept in contact, but we never tried to have a relationship that was long distance. But I want Sean to let me know. Let me know in the chat if you have ever had, hey, get your mama, if you have ever had or attempted to have, attempted to have had a long distance relationship. Just put a one in the chat if you have. If you have an experience with a long distance relationship. If there's no ones, that means there are people here who never did. So if you have never had a long distance relationship, put a two in the chat. If you have never had a long distance relationship, put a two in the chat. Okay, Angela has had one. Chris has had one. Okay. Hey, Sarat. Okay. Indigo has never had one. Okay. So, Angela, is your long distance relationship that you're giving me a one about, did it work? Well, or if it didn't work, tell me if it was due to the distance. And the same thing for Chris. Let me know if it okay. Get your mama says she had one too. Indigo's never had one. So get your mama had one too. Let me know. We're talking about long distance relationships, Shalonda. I want to know for the people they're putting a one in the chat if they have had a long distance relationship. And so people who are saying two, they've never had a long distance relationship. I've never had a long distance relationship. So I'll tell y'all a story about one that I attempted to have, but I've never had a long distance relationship. So Angela, Chris, get your mama. Let's see. I think those are all the ones. Oh, I never had one. Okay, so Shalonda's never had one. If you had one, if it did not work, either you're with the person or it did not work for whatever reason, and tell me if it was due to the distance. Let's see. Chris said for me, he was crazy. He had the distance in him. So it wasn't like the distance primarily. You just had to learn about him like you would have anyone in your state, and you found out that he was crazy. Basically, that's how it went. Okay, let's see. For me, he was crazy. Okay, so Angela said it didn't work because it was due to alcohol, not the distance. We just took turns spending the night together, like every other week or so. Okay. Well, you tried it, and it wasn't due to distance. So does that mean that what? Okay, so you were traveling, you could get to the person. So, Chris, was it close enough for you to have like Angela said every other weekend? So that's not too bad. So were you close enough to have that ability to go back and forth that often? Did he go say Angela sounds fun? Chris said, I like distance. I don't necessarily need someone in my face every day. And Chris, that's where I am with it. Like, it's been a time. Hi, Trical. Thanks for coming in. Look at all those emojis. I see those emojis. So she got something for my son, my world, Lexi. Thank you, Trical. So let's see. She said he lived in Raleigh. Oh, you're in Charlotte. Okay, that's not too much distance. Now, how far away is that? That's like not that far at all, Kristen. That's just a little distance. So like 3 hours. Yeah. Okay. So that's not if you choose if you drive slow. I wonder because I do um um well, I'm not gonna say I do. I have had opportunities that I will probably just shut down as soon as I see the distance. But the older I get, I'm like, the distance is not that bad because I question myself about how much I want to have someone right here with me. Where it used to be like, I was thinking like, well, of course, I'm gonna want to eventually be around them a lot, if we hit it off and we really start talking or whatever. But now I just think that I will be comfortable with long distance. I don't know. I've never tried it. Trical says someone around me every day I think will irritate you. Okay, Trical, have you ever been married? Have you ever been married? Because I've been married 3 times. So I'm thinking, am I just at the point to where I don't want anybody in my space like that anymore? But I never had a problem with them being in my space. But maybe because I'm used to now being for years being in my own space. Am I just thinking like that now? Maybe. Chris said yes to Angela and Indigo. Oh, because space can't be the only reason why we say we don't want to date outside. Is that the only reason we want to give for that? I don't know. So are y'all saying that you don't want people in your space every day? Okay, I get that. But do you feel like trust issues become a part of that at all? Do you think that the ability to trust them the same if they were long distance changes? Let's see, get your mama said we got married. Okay. He was sweet, a sweet, kind man, but he worked out of town for the railroad and ended up cheating. Okay. That was it for you. Wow. There were other issues as well, though. Okay. It wasn't just that. Okay. It was other issues. Oh. Yeah, the cheating would be on my radar. Okay. Yeah. If you thought, yeah, because that's what and the thing about it, I don't know if I'm being like if I'm overthinking that because in a lot of ways they're gonna cheat right if you're living out next door to each other. So does the long distance actually help in the cheating at all? If it's a possibility they're gonna cheat, if they're a cheater, won't they cheat if they were probably in a house with you, they'll probably cheat. So I wonder would that be the thing? Hey sister, hey Bama. We are talking about Okay, we're talking about long distance relationships, y'all. So Trikel said, "No, I've never been married. The first guy, baby daddy, I live with worked offshore, so he was gone 3 weeks at a time. My ex is a truck driver, so was always on the road. I always had my space. Okay, so you're not saying it's only space. Okay, okay, so you've always been able to kind of like have your space. Okay." Oh, okay. Chrissy said hi to Bama, my sister. It said hi to everyone. Andrew said I can deal with seeing them often, just not every day. For some reason, I trusted him, but the ones that live close, I didn't trust. Seems weird though. Okay, because you probably picked up on different energy from him than other people, right? And I think that even though my radar does wouldn't go up anymore if they lived away from me any more than it's already going to be for what the expectations are. Like I want to trust everybody until they show me different. But if I'm realistic, you know that male or female that can happen anyways. So I don't know how much I want to waver that it might happen even more because they live out of town, especially at this age. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Hmm. Let's see here. Chris is saying hi to Booby. Bama is saying hi to Chris. Get your mama said, girl, he was calling me while we were on our Zoom. Ooh, I thought something was wrong. He wanted to tell me he's in Dallas. I said, wait, is he married? Wait a minute, is he married? He's married to somebody else now. Get your mama. And Trakel said he tried it. Hey, Tanya. What? Would I do long distance dating at this age? I think that long distance dating would not work for me. And at this age, and I'm not opposed to it, but I don't know how that would work because if I have a male in my life, I kind of like need the person to be where I am because I hold the men in my life responsible for a lot. So it's going to be like for anything thing that I think a male should do. I just really enjoy playing the role of what a traditional female in a relationship would do, and I enjoy them playing the role that a traditional man would do in a relationship. So you wouldn't be able to like go get no cars washed, put no gas in the car, take no garbage out, no like little or fix this, put that light bulb in. You wouldn't be able to do all that. And I kind of need for all those things, those needs to be met as well as just being a companion to you. I think I need that. So I think I'm almost sure I need them to be where I am. I'm positive I need for them to just be where I am. Because that's what I'm just used to. If you're gonna be here, that's what I'm used to you doing. Let's see. They always can come back, Chris said. Tell her get your mama. Listen, get your mama said to the women. Wait, to the women he cheated on with me. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay. So Angela said, Chris, they definitely do. My child's dad came back around after 4 years. Child, please. They do. They will circle back. They will circle back. But the thing I have, like, in all of my years, I have never redated a person. I've never redated a person. Like we never had any bad beef. We always were able to communicate and check up on each other and see how each other is doing because I really am always a friend to anybody I've ever dated. And so therefore I always feel like I am concerned about, how they're doing. And they always, call every so many years and check on me. I had one person call maybe like I think it was like maybe last week or something. And he I hadn't talked to him in like since 2018 or something like that, 17, 18 or something like that. Something like that. And that was a call out of nowhere. And I didn't have no bad beef with you, but um I don't know what to discuss anymore. Like I just want to are you okay? Okay, I'm okay. Okay, I don't know what more we could possibly say after that, but I don't know. Tracheal, yes, he did. Okay. Yes, we need a handyman. Right. My sister knows. We have to have a handyman. We're used to my dad who took care of everything for us for years. He took care of it past our adulthood. He took care. We used to stay in the same neighborhood. He used to roll that lawnmower all the way down to my house, next door to my sister's house. And he just took care of a lot of stuff. So we are used to if we are in a relationship, the man being our handyman and taking care of ourselves. And so if you can't do that, I don't know. Let me see. Traquel said, wow, get your mama. He has some nerves. Yes, they even call. They have the nerves now. They definitely have the nerves. They want to see where you are. They want to see where you are in the head. Chris said, right. My son's dad, ex-husband, tried it a few months ago. Because they're going to try. They're going to try all that. I guess they say nothing hurts to try. And the thing about it, it's not. I don't blame them for trying because sometimes I think that men can learn from their mistakes, or women can learn from their mistakes, so they try to double back. And you never know. I've never went back to a relationship, but I've seen a lot of people went back to a relationship and it worked, and it worked. So I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. Let's see. Oh, and he's engaged, Angela. Oh, Bama said, I just say throw the whole thing away. Just love my peace. Yes, I'm trying not to get to that point. I'm trying not to get to that point because one part of my brain thinks like that. So I battle with it. It's like, no, you do want a companion. So I'm trying not to get there. Kristen said, oh, hell no, Angela. Let me see. Angela said, right, Chris, I think something's wrong with him. Man, Chris said, Bam, I feel you. Bama said, can't trust these people no more. I know, but you don't want to say you can't trust people that has never given you a reason not to trust them, Bama. I always think that I want to trust people to a certain extent until they show me different. That's only fair. I think that's only fair. Oh, y'all been actual handyman. My bad. Oh, yeah. Actual, like actual. Trical said, thanks, Bama. Plus, these men are weird and can't take separation or rejection. They are unaliving people for the simple things now. Oh, Trical, that is a scary thing. Although they've been doing that since before time, because I remember when I used to watch all those different forensics and all I used to be, I used to binge watch this stuff. All that's probably why I don't watch TV now. I will watch maybe 10, 15 episodes in a day of stuff like that. And so it's been happening because I've been watching it for years. But that's another scary thing. And then plus I got my grandkids around, and so it's just a different world now. Bama, yes, dating the scene is scary now. It is so scary on so many different levels. Like people can portray to be people, different people on a whole nother level now. And it's like, do you even want to do that? Because the one thing about 99% of the people that I've ever dated knew somebody. You grew up with me, around me, a friend of a cousin, a friend of a friend, and it's just scary to me to date someone that does not know anybody that I know. That's scary for me. That's scary for me. I can't really get with that. Give to Bible said I was saying he's married the woman he cheated with. Oh, okay. Okay. Right, right. Like and share. Thanks, Rita. Try me now is in here. Rita, why you saying that? Don't start talking about these comments. Okay, get your mama said, oh, and it must be my day. The last one, I stayed married for 20 years. Call me today too. Get your mama. They're trying to get back with you just to check on me. Check yourself. Oh my God, get your mama. They trying to check on you, girl. They said those videos like, I'm going back over there and get your mama. Bella said, I'll bring Charles to the BS. She ain't winning no more. Rita said, I'm cooking, but I'm listening. Gotta feed 4 grown men. That's right. It's been a day. I guess so. Get your mama. Hey, Philly in the building. Thanks for coming into the chat. Yes. Let me see. Sarette said it seems like you can't trust people too much to date long distance. Yeah. You mean in general? In general, because I don't think I trust them any different. It's just that I know for the things I need, for the things I feel like I need them for, and the things I feel like I want, I can't see like having to wait till they catch a flight or wait until they have the time because they have to have something going on. Will they have time like this? So it's a problem if they have too much time to worry about traveling to get to me and back. Like, why you got that much time on your hands too? So I don't know. Oh, you were speaking. Okay, I thought you was talking about me with these comments, Rita. I was about to say, don't get started with me. Okay, you was reading. You were speaking. Okay, all right. Chris said I can't try the men under my nose. Oh, you mean you can't trust? I think you're trying to say you can't trust the men right up under your nose. Right, but Chris, we gotta trust them until they show us different. Like we can't go into something like that. The reason why I say that is because I really try hard. Rita said hi, booby. I really try hard to not judge people before they show me something. And because what if they judged us on something before we showed them something? Don't we gotta kind of like at least give them a chance to give them a chance because we don't know. What if they had a hard lesson before us and they, even if they were that type of person, they feel like they'll never be that kind of person again? We don't know that. You can't, listen, you can't see the things they lied about. No, you can't. But you can't assume they're a liar off top, Surratt. Listen, you can't trust them long or short distance. Well, y'all just, okay, so this is going to be a thing about trust. This supposed to be about long distance. I'm saying long distance and saying that this seems to be a person you are trusting enough before you decide to do a long distance. You decide if you actually trust them enough to do that. Because I don't be want to bash these men right off top. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. So Chris said, but I like the independence of dating someone who isn't near. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I know I want somebody to do like the handy stuff, but I can't make a checklist and just write the stuff down there. Maybe I'm thinking, would that work out? And then, like, if he's able to come here like at least every 2 weeks and then check off the list of things I need to be done. I don't know how that would work. I don't know. Philly said, I'm in a distance relationship now. We're not too far. Hour and a half away. It works for them. Uh-oh. Dang, the ad. Take it away. Hold on. It works for us. But oh my gosh, it properties is it, but it works for us, but we're about to move together. Philly, see, that's what I'm saying. It works. Sometimes it works. Philly, can I ask you where you met him? Where you guys met? See, I like hopeful stories like that. I be wanting people like Philly to come out and say that to give me hope in case I thought that I could, or if I was thinking about that as an option. Philly, I hope you dropping it. Let me keep going. Um, I won't be able to miss him no more and seeing him every day. Right, right. Yeah. Chris said I meant trust. Yes. Yep. Okay. So Chris said, for real, I feel like he gonna get on my nerves. No, no, no. Philly said she thinks once he's there, he's gonna get on her nerves. Philly, don't even put that out there. Don't think that. Don't think that. Leave it open. Let's see. I feel the same now too. Yikes. Oh my God. Thank you, Cassie. Cassie, we do our membership. Thank you, Cassie. Let's see. Bama said, well, you're not going to even talk to anyone if you don't trust them. Right. That's why trust keeps coming up. Right. But you have to have the trust. The trust has to kind of like should be there before you even make the agreement and having a long distance relationship. So aren't we past the part about not being able to trust them because you're already committed to a relationship with them, right? Let me see. Thank you so much, Cassie. You got that green on the screen, girl. We want those names in green on the screen. Okay. So let's see. Beautifully Hill said, I was in a long distance relationship once, moved to where he was, and over it in a year. But was the okay? So but the distance wasn't the problem there, right, Tanya? Because you moved there, so the distance wasn't the issue. Now you might have issues. Well, of course, we had issues with everybody we're no longer with. So the distance doesn't seem like it was a problem, or was it? Oh, you met him in New York. Okay, so you guys met in person. So it wasn't like an online thing. Okay. Philly in the building said we met in New York. Okay. So Angela Taylor says something crazy though is the men worry about what we be doing too when long distance. Okay. They be wondering too what or who we doing. Okay. And that's a good point to bring. Like it's not just what we think as a female. Men they have feelings too. I hope so. Let's see. Hey, Cass, I saw you. But trust is ongoing, right? Trust is ongoing. So like I don't know. It's not going to matter about the distance when you talk about trust because they have to get you to trust them either way. Yes, Cassie, you are green in the screen. Thank you. So let's see. Beva said, nope, because I can't trust them to be in to be in a relationship. Okay, so you ain't trust somebody from the get go. Bama says she just about done with it. She done. And I'm really just shooting the shit though. If possible, I would prefer long distance. Okay, so if it was a situation you would prefer, you don't want nobody in your daily space like that. A lot of people, once they get a certain age, they prefer the space. I noticed that when you're younger, you want to be clingy, you want to be up under them. But when you get a certain age and you like your space and you don't want to be cleaning up behind nobody or cooking for somebody all the time, you want that distance so you can just get a break from all that. Cassie said, I'm in two. Cassie, Cassie said, I'm in two long distance relationships now. May the best man win. I know that's right, Cassie. I gotta get like you. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Taya said it was when we first started dating. We dated for about 5 months before I moved there. Okay, so it wasn't about the distance. Okay, let's see. Chrissy said, I'm trying to be like Cassie, right? Cassie, can you put us on? Can you please put us on? Taya said, Cassie, we are not about to play with you, right? Cassie, I just hollered at you said, let's see, Indigo said, Cassie, I knew it was because you know Cassie gonna have one for y'all every time. Let's see, Phyllis said, we definitely trust each other. Yes. I asked him if he wanted an open relationship, and he said no. Okay. Now Phyllis said she just put it out there. She's willing to see what it is off top. She asked him, and he actually said no. Okay. Everybody laughing at Cassie because she too much. Yes, well, I don't know. I just think that I want to possibly if I had the opportunity to meet someone that could really, really like it would probably take I'd probably at least 6 months for me to even consider to actually dating them if they lived out of town. It's just that I'm thinking, I don't know. I guess when I'm in a relationship, I'm quick to think about, does it make sense to have two different mortgages or two different rents or two different light bills or two different, when if you're spending a lot of time together anyways, you could just merge the bills. And I think that's probably what I've been waiting on, the handyman, somebody who's going to take half or the majority or maybe all of the bills or something like that. So I'm looking forward to that part of relationship too. So I guess it's two different ways you could be dating. Like it's different. Like some people date and literally say, you live somewhere, I live somewhere, and we're dating. But then some people date so that they can do like Philly, they can eventually come together and like live together. You know what I mean, y'all? So Battle said, Cassie, I don't play either. What she said, I don't play either you. I don't play either. You too much for me. Oh my God. Girl. And I'm sitting up here tripping off. I don't even know how I got muted. That's weird. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. How did my screen get like this? Lord. I'm sitting over here reading these comments with Cassie. And Philly said, what was I saying? I was saying that, man, what did I say? I was saying that it's two different ways that I don't know if y'all heard me say that. It's two different ways that you can actually date. You can date with saying that we're eventually saying that we are going to come together, and then dating in a way where you live somewhere, I live somewhere, and they're totally fine with that. And then I was saying that I don't know if I would be okay. I think Chris said, where's the man that pays all the bills? And I said, yes, that's the kind I want. But I think I used to say all. Now I'll go all the way down to half, even though I don't want to do half. But at least come together so that you can build something. Like, can you do that when people are living out of town like that? I don't know. So let's see. Thank you, Chris. Sound check. Yes, Indigo, I got it. Let me know when and where you find those men. Cassie, right. Okay, y'all can hear me now. Thank y'all. Let me see. Right, Cassie. Where are they? Right. Yes, it's back, Andrew. Yes. I had y'all. I don't know how they got on mute. I don't know. Let's see. Rita, no, I ain't lying. Let's see. Chris, I'm playing spades with these men. I have one and a possible. Cassie. I am totally jealous, Cassie. I am just downright jealous. Because I have not been able to get a possible in going on a doggone decade, to tell you the truth. Like, not even a possible. It's just ridiculous. Cassie, put your phone down, right? Let's see. Lord Cassie is a mess. Really, you know she a mess. I want a sugar daddy that okay. But he keeps saying no. Philly. Uh that's too funny. What? Stop lying about what? Rita. What I lie about? What? Well, if I ran them off, then they weren't supposed to be here anyways. I'm talking about I haven't dated one that was able to stay, because I don't have no patience. I don't have no patience at all. Anything that gets on my nerves that I've told you about and you decide to get on my nerves about it after I told you, I don't have no patience. I definitely don't have patience. Uh-uh. Yes. Girl. I don't know, but let me tell you about this one. It's so funny if you're watching this too. But this is funny. Let me tell y'all this story about the one I told you called me last week. And this is so funny if you're watching this. But I'm saying it's my story. So Gamma has all that. Oh, I know you are shaking in Milwaukee, girl. I ain't shaking nothing in Milwaukee. No, nothing. It does not go down in Milwaukee. Let me tell you, it does not go down in Milwaukee. But this guy called me the other day. Oh, how did I jump out of my comments? He called me the other day. And like I said, I hadn't heard from him since Cassie that they be choosing. Where they at? Where they at? Point them to me when they choose. Let me know where they at. No, they don't be nowhere. But this guy called me last week. I have not talked to him. I believe it was like 2017 for some reason. I think that's the year. Maybe, yeah, around 17, I believe it was. So we were in like a relationship probably for I think it was like around 10 months. It was like almost a year. And whatever it was, maybe 10, 11 months. So I don't think it hit a whole year. So we were in so it was supposed I kept saying that it doesn't have to be serious. He said no, he's ready to be serious. No, he's ready to be serious. So I always felt something was not right. I felt like something was not right, but I couldn't call it because he made sure he crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's, but my discernment is good. So I could never like fully get into it. I'm like, something just ain't right. It ain't right. I don't know what it is. No, I cannot call it, but it's something. So let me see. Bible said that's the thing when you mess with the nervous system. It's just it just grind my gears. You know what I said I don't like. Right, exactly. Like so I do it. Well, girl, Rita, do not play with me. That's what done from no YouTube. I said men. Okay, so Philly said, me either get my patience is very short. I'm working on it because my man is the calm and quiet. Okay, well, and I'm the loud and hype one. I'll be like, yell at me or tell me. Like, he just look at you, do something. Okay, so something wasn't right. And always, ever since I've dated, I've never felt comfortable going to a man's house because I'm like, I don't know what you done got together with some women. I ain't ready to be at your house. Somebody come knocking on the door, none of that. So all my life, I've always been the one to say, nah, you come over my house. I just always have been like that. Since a teenager, I just never go to people's houses like that. Like I just want to know, I would have to have the comfort of my own house and know what's going on in my house. So it never was a thing where I wanted to go to his house like nobody else I've ever dated. So one day I mentioned, like, because what happened is he came to my house unannounced and it kind of triggered me. I'm like, wait a minute now. He came unannounced, and I'm like, that's kind of weird that you would come unannounced to my house, but I haven't even been to your house. Like, that's like a red flag. Like, first, don't come to my house without calling, and that's a lot of nerves. And we not on no relationship like that. So he's like, no, if you want to come to my house, you can. All I said, he probably already knew that I was that type that didn't want to come. He probably knew that already. So he just saying, no, that's just me, just me. I'm like, I don't care what he say. I know my discernment lets me know. I can't pinpoint it. I ain't never caught him in nothing, but I know it's something. So we end up no longer dating. Like Rage What's or something. Oh my God. Right, right. Rita says she with you, Philly. So he okay, so we end up not talking anymore. I think it was because he was just plain overbearing. Like I'm looking like I don't want nobody like taking this that serious. Like you taking it too serious. So we ended up not talking anymore. And all he's saying that he can't believe and oh my God, why? All this kind of stuff, right? Okay, so he's doing all that, and I'm just ignoring it because I like to pay attention. When somebody teach me how they are, I listen. Like I don't do all that back and forth. Like I said, I never been back with nobody I've been with. I listen to people when they show me something, and I move accordingly, real fast. So that's what I did in this situation. So he called me last week, and so he's like, "Okay, yep, I've been watching you. I was there when your son passed away. Yep, I knew that you homeschool." Telling me all these different things. I'm like, okay, just basically holding the phone, like, oh, okay. How you doing? Fine. Yep, I'm single now. Oh, okay. You talking to somebody? No. Oh, okay. So he just having this little small conversation. So all of a sudden he tells me, let me see. Oh, let me see. Oh, I got it with you. Okay, Rita said, Philly, be careful because when he raises his voice, baby, you gonna shake, right? If somebody quiet like that, right? Cassie said, I take my friend with me. I'll tell me, I said, okay. And I take it off safety when I get there. I know that's right. Hey, Kiva. You late. Okay, but you're here. Thanks for coming in. Okay, so speaking to Kiva, I just said I used to like to argue to get the last word, but it ain't fun no more. Right? We grow out of that. Angela, I know that's right. Yeah, we don't care about that kind of stuff no more. I used to go toe to toe, but I don't do that kind of stuff no more. But okay, so he tells me because you know what, um, when you see me in the backyard, I knew it was over then. I'm looking like I didn't see you in no backyard. What are you talking about? It was like when you see me and my son and that lady that you saw. I'm like, I never saw you in a backyard. What are you talking about? I said, maybe you're talking about somebody else. And he was like, no, that was you. You saw me in the backyard. I knew it was over then. I'm like, no, that wasn't the reason why it's over. I never saw you in the backyard. He was like, yeah, I ain't with her no more. We getting a divorce. So apparently, he tells me that this is a person that he was with while we were talking. Like he just says, like there's no reason, I guess, for him to lie now. He said, yeah, because we was talking when we was together. So I'm just listening, like not listening like I care about when I was talking to him, but just thinking like this is amazing how men can be. So he says, yep. I was talking to her then. I was like, oh, okay. And I said, oh, I said, I just got one question. So my discernment was right. The discernment I was telling you, what I felt was right. And he was like, yep, you was right. Apparently, he had been talking to another person that I knew nothing about. Nothing about. Like I said, he crossed all those T's and dotted all those I's. And he ended up marrying the lady, I guess, afterwards. They had two children. I think no, he said at that time, when he thought he saw me, he had a small son. I think he said he was like a year old or something. He had a small baby and a to be wife. Might as well say wife because if they end up getting married, you might as well say wife. He said they weren't married then; that they were just together. They end up getting married, and now they're being divorced, and now they have two kids. This and I'm just listening. I'm like, oh, okay, because I really didn't care about. I was like, oh, okay. After he answered a question about my discernment, I'm just letting them know why you try to talk to me like I'm a fool and I'm just thinking about imagining things or whatever. It was what my discernment was trying to tell me, even though I could not catch this man and nothing. I wasn't really looking because I don't go looking for stuff. I wasn't looking, but nothing was coming. Like nothing popped out, but the fact of his, I don't know, just the way that he moved. I don't know what it was, but my discernment was on point. So this man, that was back in, like I said, whatever it was, 2017. I know it was no more than 2018. And when I tell y'all, it's been a wrap for me since then. But it was a wrap for me since then, based on his personality. If I would have found out back then, I'm willing to date today. But if I would have found out that back then, I would have been like, all y'all, it's a wrap for all of y'all because y'all are crazy. Like, what would make you come into my life and just tell all those bold-faced lies? Like, who was gonna whoop you? I was never gonna whoop you. You could have just did what you wanted to do. You didn't even have to be here. You literally begged me and told me how God sent you and everything else. Why? What was the point of that? I could not understand that. But honey, that's what happened to the last. Let's say as long as he knows I'm always right. And well, we're cool. Right, exactly. Why was he telling you? I don't know what made him tell me that because I was holding the phone like, okay. So then I'm looking like, okay. So we just end up getting off the phone. Like I had no idea why he chose to tell me that. It was literally him saying that he saw my nephew and that's what made him call. He said, I always had your number and I just never called. And today I'm calling. So he just called to tell me what he got going on in his life right now. And then all of a sudden he just started telling me how I saw him in the backyard and that's when he knew it was over. And I never saw him in the backyard. What are you talking? I would go sit in nobody's backyards. I didn't even know what he was talking about. It was crazy. Let's see. Yes, you have to trust your intuition. Like it was solely on my intuition. Only my intuition because he did not get caught in a thing, like not a thing. That man had to be turning that phone off when he came to my house. I don't know why or how he was able to get away with that long without me. Even I had my intuition about something. I didn't even know that it would be nothing like that. I just had my intuition that was telling me something about him, period. And then one day I just acted on it. It was like, that's just gonna be it. I'm just not gonna do it no more because I keep feeling this way. So it's a reason why I'm feeling like this. So that was crazy, y'all. That wasn't long distance. That was right in the same city, but that was the last encounter I had. So even after that and him confirming, I guess I never had no trust issues with him because he never gave me nothing. But now that he wants to call me back last week and tell me that I should have had trust issues when I didn't, I don't know. I don't know. It was crazy, y'all. It was definitely crazy. Let's see. She said, trust your intuition. Absolutely. You got to trust your intuition. Let's see. Let me go back up. Cassie is smart. She said she take her thing with her wherever she go. Kiva said, if you really want to know, pray on it. God will never lead you wrong. Yes. At that time, did I pray about that? I don't even know if I cared enough to like think that hard into it. So it's not like I asked God to like reveal anything to me, but he must have just been looking out for me, period. I probably did it. He probably said, you ain't even got to pray for this. I'm gonna put it before you. I'm just gonna give you this feeling and you're gonna know what to do with this feeling. Because I definitely knew what to do with the feeling. For sure. Yes. Hi, Ashley. I didn't even see Ashley come in. Let me see. Hey, new here. Enjoy the conversation. Hi, Ashley. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for subscribing. Yes. Chris, why was he telling me that? Why do you think that he had to call me 6 years later and tell me that? Like, what was your point? Maybe even 7 years later. What was your point and what was that supposed to do? I don't know. Because it wasn't like he was calling to say, I have something to tell you. Let me get it off my chest for my own good. No, he was calling me because he saw my nephew and just a casual conversation. And I guess really because he thought I saw him in the backyard and I didn't see him in the backyard. He gave me the street. I was like, what street were you on? He gave me the street. I'm like, I don't know, no, not a soul on that street. I would have never been on that street and definitely not nobody's backyard over there. So I had no idea. Yes, he did, Kiva. Kiva. But I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. Yes, thank you, ladies. Yes, Ashley, thanks for coming over. Let me see. Yes, welcome. Ashley. Let's say manipulation, trying to get you back in some way. You think so, Chris? Well, he did. He started saying, like, I just really wasn't paying no attention to it because I don't listen to what people say. I don't pay no attention to what people say. He had conversations. Yep, I'm doing good now. I'm even able to take care of you, and I'm able to do all that. And I was looking like I mean, I guess I really wasn't. I was in the middle of homeschooling my kids. I'm looking like, why are you calling me to tell me this? Why would I want you to take care of me? Why would I like? I don't know. I just never get it why people from the past call back anyways because I'm looking like. Especially if you're just not calling back to see how I'm doing. If you see how I'm doing, I can respect that. But to think that you need to even make reference to ever getting back is like, I know. Like, why would I do that? Why would I get rid of you if I'm going to get you right back? That don't make sense to me. I'm not doing that. So let's say hit the like button. Yes, everybody hit the like button while y'all are in here, please, and thank you. Philly said they always pop up from the past. It's been happening to me these past 7 months. They can smell when you talk. Now, listen, y'all. I don't be talking to nobody. I'll be talking to nobody so long, I don't even remember. Like, definitely over a year. Probably, I don't remember really having a conversation. Not have a conversation with anybody since my son passed in 2021. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. So let me say about 2 years. I'll say about two. I haven't even had a conversation with anybody in 2 years. But I promise you right now, if I go to the store and if I meet one person, I promise you by the end of the week, 3 people from the past are going to call. They don't call. Now, this guy did call mysteriously because and at this time I'm not talking to nobody. But it always happens like that. I tell my best friend all the time, why is it that they can smell if you're talking to somebody? Because they do not make communication until they know for sure you're talking to somebody else. That always happens to me. Always. Yes. Hi, Abdul. How you doing? My son actually passed through the complications of COVID. He had sickle cell, and when he got sick, he could never recover from COVID. So, and once he caught it, he thought it passed, but he still couldn't go back to work. He was still feeling really sick, and he went to the doctor. And within about I never counted the hours, but I'll say like within about 3 days, his organs start shutting down because they attacked his organs, and he passed away from septic shock. Yep, that's what happened to him. Okay, let's see. Cassie said 100. Chris said yes. They can smell when you are at peace. Yes. At peace. Boy, they normally don't. Okay, so I am normally at peace even when I first start talking to somebody. But I'm saying that they can smell as soon as I start talking to somebody else. Like he probably smelled my piece because he ended up calling and I'm not talking, but normally it always happens like that. It's either like I'm talking to nobody or 3 or 4 people want to call me. So I don't know what that is. Oh, thank you, Abdul. Thank you. Yes, that is so weird how that happens. Like, why y'all just they do too much. But I don't even know why they come calling because but a lot of them I'm not going to say that they call to get back with me. A lot of them I'm really good friends with and I'm really happy we can stay on that phone for hours cracking up and I don't even have to talk to them like for another year. If they call after that, then we're on that phone, we're cracking up, laughing about stuff back then and how we handle things or whatever. And that's it. So they don't always be calling trying to get back with me. They call and they literally are checking in on me. We have a good time on that phone. I gotta say that. So let's say it's the devil. Philly, you think it's the devil? That's what it is. Ashley said, I can attest to that. Been seeing this guy for 5 months, and my ex popped up at my house after about 1 year of no contact. It was very strange. Yes, I've had that happen before. I've had that happen where I had company and one of my exes came over there, and I'm like, child, you know you don't come over here. And I knew to the new person it would look like I was talking to him, but I honestly had not seen him in months. It was no reason for him to come there. He just popped. That's what I'm saying about people feeling like they could just pop up over your house. I don't appreciate when people, especially men like that, or anybody, I don't let anybody pop up in my house. But I don't appreciate when men get comfortable like that because you don't know what kind of situation I might be in. Don't disrespect my space and just pop up at my house. Like if I don't pop, I never pop up at your house. I don't even care where y'all live at. So, but don't keep my house in your brain to say I'm just gonna disrespect her whole entire space, living, well-being, who she might be dating, whoever just start knocking at my door. You can cause all kind of confusion in a relationship doing that. They would swear up and down you've been talking to this person. What would make them feel so comfortable to knock on your door when you don't even know that why they would choose you to come knock on the door? Like, I don't like stuff like that. Yes. What did you do, Ashley? When did you open the door? Did you say what? Like what? Was it an issue between them? Like, did the guy you were dating for the 5 months, was he like, what are you doing here? Or what happened with the Ashley? What did you do? What grandkids? My grandkids are not here. I'm a little shocked. You still live this way. Oh no, they're not here. They're not here. Philly said, I wish someone would pop up at my door. Like, yes, exactly. Hi, Sammy J. Exactly. The popping at the door, that's just too much. That's too much nerves. That's too much nerves. I'm never popping up at nobody's door, and I don't expect for nobody to pop up at my door. Okay, Ashley said, you weren't home. But my daughter was walking down the street from the bus and she saw him leaving your house. He stopped her and said he wanted to see us. And the thing about it, I do believe, like my ex-husband, I do believe that he comes with good intentions. When he comes to stop by this door, I do think he has all good intentions, but it does not matter what your intentions are. It's a matter of respecting somebody's space and not just popping up when you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. So I just don't think that's a good thing. Like, you just need to respect people and say, hey, I was thinking about coming by. Is that a problem? Is that an issue? Or something like that. Like, you just cannot think it's okay to just, well, what if you were living with the guy at that point? What if you were living with the guy and then at that point he's no longer knocking on your door, he's knocking on his door too? You can't think that's okay. Abdul said, I wish someone will pop up my door other than my mother. We're going to have a big problem, right? Abdul said he would have popped off. Like, absolutely. You cannot do that out of respect alone. Regardless of what they really want, it doesn't even matter what they want. If it's not an emergency, if somebody's running or behind them or something like that, there's no reason to go knock on somebody's door without consult. I don't think nobody should do that, period. I don't never just pop up at nobody's house. I would never ever do it. Even my mother, I let her know when I'm on my way there. I never even pop up at my mom's house. I just feel like anybody's house, I need to, well, maybe my daughter's house. I have popped up at my daughter's house before, but that's different for me. But anybody else, I've never just popped up at their door. Abdul said, but is it her biological dad though? Actually, I don't think it was the dad. I called him and he apologized for not calling. Okay, before coming over. Oh, it was more than weird. Okay, good. Good thing that he apologized and realized that, because I do think, like with my ex-husband, I don't think he's trying to be malicious when he does that. He literally can be out and he just goes to check on people. Not only me, he will do that if he's in the area of anybody. He does that to his family. That's just who he is. He just feels like, okay, if I'm in the neighborhood, I'll pop up. Or if he thinks about somebody, he pops up. But he does not realize how um that could be a form, to me, I say to me, that's a form of disrespect because you don't know what's going on. It doesn't have to be in a relationship. It could be his mom. What if his mom just laid down in the bed? Or it could be his cousin. What if him and his girlfriend are having a deep conversation? Like, anything could be behind the closed doors when you're saying that you just want to go knock on somebody's door. That's just like, I don't know. I just think, to be respectful, you call first. Okay, Sammy J said, I saw your title and clicked on fast. This is your current situation. Dating long distance. How is it going, Sammy J? Where did you meet him, Sammy J? I want to know if it's online or offline. And how's it going? And how long of a distance are y'all away? Let's see, Ashley, no, we don't have any kids in common. Okay, yeah, they didn't have any kids in common. Like, he just thought it was okay. He could have did that with no ill intent. But as long as he apologized for it and realized that that's not a thing that you can do, then he's okay with that. But he needs to know that. Let's see. Some people still do that pop up. No, sir, ma'am. I know that's right. No, sir. No, ma'am. Right. Like, how do you think that's okay? You didn't really got to have a different way of thinking. I don't think that way. So I don't want to judge you too much. I just don't think that way. I know that some people have ill intent. They want to come and just pop open something you doing, but some people are just trying to check on you, but they need to call. There's no reason not to call. Let's see. I live 2 hours away from him, though. Okay. Okay. That's not bad. 2 hours is not bad. I don't know if I want to. Well, I guess that is some distance, but that's not a long distance. That's a short distance away. That's not too bad. Yes. Oh, she said she been on alert ever since they're right. Like, get a ring camera or something so you get a ring bell or something before that happens again. Abdul said, if it's a surprise for my birthday or something, I won't mind, but don't come without my permission because you don't know if I'm having self care Monday, Tuesday, or one of them days of the week. Exactly. It can be any reason. Philly said, popping up is dangerous now. Yes, you never know what you popping in on, right? Because if you pop in on a man that has had a situation with another man and it was like a big altercation, when he sees you come through that door, he can be thinking this is about to be another one of those situations. He don't know if you angry, he don't know if you're okay, and if he just gets defensive, that could end up all bad. That could end up all bad. So I don't think people should be getting down like that. Let me see. Then I have one funny story about popping up. Let me tell y'all about that pop up. Let me see. We've known each other 30 years. Married, divorced to other people, started back seeing each other a year ago. He's in California, you're in Texas. Oh my god. Okay, so that's one of those repeat that I said it does work out sometimes. It does work out for people sometimes. But let me tell you about this pop up. This was between my first and second husband. Okay, so was dating my second husband. So the first husband is just gone. He's gone. He had no reason to be popping up at my house. He's gone. This is my second husband before we got married, though, of course. This is my second husband. We're just sitting, we're asleep, and all of a sudden I just hear somebody knocking at the door. And like I said, I don't have people just knocking at my door if they don't call me first. And I'm thinking that is so weird that he's knocking on the door. I mean, somebody's knocking at the door, and it was kind of like a demanding knock. And so I go down to the door, and in that particular house, I can look down and I can see through the glass door who it was. I'm like, what do you want? This child came around after he seen I wasn't gonna let him in, came around to my house, and I had some windows. It was a tri-level house. And so the windows were at the same level as the second level of the house. So he came around and he must have knew that those windows were open. I didn't even know those windows were open. Came through the window and came in there. So it was not too much of an altercation. My second husband kind of let him know what is going to be the thing if he if he popped off at all, what was going to happen to him. So he kind of like let him know that I left the house and went down to my mom's house because she stayed down the street. And I literally called the police. I was like, I'm calling the police because you have no business being at my house. You do not live here no more. You have no reason. You're not going to be coming around here thinking you get ready to rule nothing. And I'm not with you no more. So I put a stop to that right then and there. They both ended up having to go, but I went to go get my second husband out, and I don't know how the first one got out. But I was like, you gonna learn today. I bet you don't. I bet you he didn't knock on my door no more. I bet you that. I bet you that was the last time he ever did a pop. He probably thought he was going to get that started, but I promise you, he did never come knock at my door again. To this day, he don't have to knock on my door. Don't play with my door. Yes, that is trespassing. Came through the window. I was like, did this man just come through the window? I couldn't believe. I was like, what are you doing? I couldn't believe. And he didn't even have a reason for what he was. He was looking like a wild animal. I'm like, what is wrong with you? We didn't know what was going on. Me and my second husband looking like, what the world is going on? What's about to happen here? We did not know. I was like, oh, I gotta put a stop to this. I gotta put a stop to that. Yes, Angela. Sammy J. Summer having a whole anxiety attack because he wants to move back to Texas. But as much as I adore him, I'm kind of enjoying the fact that I don't see him daily. Oh, I've been in an empty nester for 6 years. That's what happens. Savage J, that's what happens. As close as my husbands, I had homebody husbands. All three of my husbands were homebodies. When I say they didn't go nowhere, they didn't go nowhere. If I didn't go out somewhere, or if I didn't go out of town, they were just always at home. So I was used to them always being at home. And so that was just a way of life. For all three of the husbands, it was a way of life. The husbands just ain't gonna go nowhere. But now that nobody has been here, I don't know how I would feel about somebody being in my space every day like that now. I don't know how I would feel. Like, I guess if I'm head over heels and whatever, the madly in love, maybe it won't bother me. But I'm like, literally, I don't know how I'm going to like, I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know. I always think like, how am I going to revert back to sharing a space like that, or having to check in with somebody when I'm about to leave or come back, or worry about them eating and what they're going to eat, what they like, cooking what they like, grocery shopping for what they like, all of that. I don't know what that looks like now. Yes, I don't know what that looks like now. So that's a scary thing, but I could just probably be thinking that because for right now I don't have any feelings for anybody, and so maybe if I started having feelings for somebody, I would be more susceptible to saying, "Okay, come into my space," because I know it's a good chance I won't go into their space. I can at this age, I don't know. I probably would consider going to their space. I know I never have in the past. I may consider going over to their space, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Let me see. Um, Savvy said, I think I've gotten too comfortable living alone. Yes, and the idea that someone may come and disrupt that freaks me out. It is a scary thing, Savvy J, because I'm like, I have so much peace. I never have to argue about oh, excuse me. I never have to argue or dispute anything. Like everything is the way I want it to go. Like I don't want to be argue like it don't even have to be an argument, but just like the um I don't know, just accommodating somebody else, like constant accommodating. Because when you're in a relationship, you have to actually put that, you have to accommodate a lot of things in a relationship. You have to accommodate their feelings. You have to accommodate, the way you move. You have to do a lot of accommodating. And I'm like, at this time in my life, when probably if I would have got with somebody right away, or a lot of not have so many years in between, I wouldn't feel like that. But it's been so long now that I don't know if I could adapt to it. Right, Savvy J? Abdul said, I'm not really hyped for marriage. People think that complete that think that's a complete life, but in my eyes it isn't. But a lot of people think like you now, Abdul. When I'm saying stuff about marriage, people are looking like I don't have to have that. A lot of people are feeling like they don't have to have that. And in a lot of ways, as much as if I'm with a man for a long period of time, I had 3 marriages. Apparently, I feel like it's okay to go ahead and get married. And I never said that I wouldn't marry for a fourth time, but it's I don't know if it's as much of a requirement as it used to be in my life. I think I'm like kind of I may be open to that. Maybe I'll give that like a 5% chance or something like that. But maybe I actually do want to be remarried. But I don't know. I guess it would depend on the whole situation as a whole. Let's see. Savvy said he's here now. Flew in Friday. Okay. It's only Tuesday. And I'm antsy. Oh, wow, Savvy J. You might just need to be adjusting to it though. It's an adjustment. So it doesn't mean that you just cannot do it. Like the anxiety doesn't mean like, oh my God, I can't do this. The anxiety could be coming from needing to adjust to a different lifestyle because that's a different lifestyle when you're living with somebody else. That's a totally different lifestyle. And I hadn't had that in so many years because those 3 marriages were like almost like boom, 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 almost. So it wasn't a lot of time in between. I think the first one, it was 2 years, even though we had been separated for 5 years. But it was like, I guess that wasn't okay. So if you add all that, it was about 7 years later. Is that right? No, it was not 7 years later. Two. I'll say it was about 5 years later. Right, right. It was about 5 years later between the second and the third. It was like about 2000. It was like 6 years later. So it wasn't bam bam, but I'm just saying that when I was no longer married, when I met my second husband, we dated, then we got married, then my third husband, we dated, and then we got married. So I didn't have a lot of time by myself. And I first got married really young, 22. So I hadn't had any time to be by myself. I had no time to be by myself. So I really didn't know what it was really like to be by myself. So that's why it didn't matter to me at that point. I was used to that. But now that I've gotten the time, it's like I'm used to this and I like this. I don't know. I don't know how I would take it now. Let's see. Savvy J, what are you gonna do, child? Savvy J just got to get used to it. She's got to adjust. Abdul said, "I'm not the type of person that's going to be with you, with a different girl each day." Let's give it right. Of course. Okay. Well, that's good, Abdul. Like you said earlier, that peace of mind. I be wanting a peace of mind a lot of times, and you got to know when you're that kind of person, and you got to make sure when you find somebody that they can be compatible and they can compromise and give you that time you feel like you need by yourself. They should be compassionate. I mean, they should have some compassion about that and be willing to compromise with that. Savvy just said you're absolutely correct, Gabba. Okay, Chris said that's important, Abdul. Right. Savvy J said, I'm holding strong. Yes, Savvy J, I'm telling you, no, that's just an adjustment. That's an adjustment. Abdul said, yes, Chris, and that's the problem with people these days. They're so hyped to get into a relationship, then they mental is crazy. Right. Exactly. But marriage is just like literally, I know for my like you have to make sure you are secure in your marriage before you get married. Like don't get married thinking that things are going to change once you get married. Don't do that because I really thought my third marriage, I really thought that some things that our relationship needed to work on, we could just work on that after we were married. He asked me to marry him, like, okay, yeah, I'll marry you. And then instead of trying to get all those kinks out before we got married, I was thinking, well, still time, I guess it don't really matter if we're married or not. We're still together. We're not saying anything about breaking up. We'll work on it later. But literally, my second husband showed me the ideal husband before we got married. And so he was that same person before the marriage, into the marriage, and I absolutely adored him. He passed away, but I absolutely adored him. So I think whatever the situation is with marriage, just make sure that person shows you exactly who you want to marry before you're married, because a piece of paper literally should not change anything. I know a lot of people say, I don't want to get married because it changes things later, but a piece of paper really should not change something you've built over time. That's an issue if a piece of paper changes something like that. It's literally only the vows you say before God or the vows you choose to say to each other, whichever way. It's the vows, but people say things all the time. And The paper is literally a piece of paper. Like the marriage is between y'all. It's not between those one set of words or that one piece of paper. It's between the relationship that you have with each other. Let's see. Chris said facts. Raquel said, I think I'm kind of scared of marriage. I want to be the right one, but it's still no guarantee. It's still not going to be a guarantee. If you feel like if you're scared to get married, don't get married till you don't feel scared. But if you want to get married, I would never tell anybody not to get married if they really feel like they're with the right person. If you really want to be married, because all it can be is I don't listen to me, y'all, because I'd be like, okay, go for it, because if you got to get divorced, you got to get divorced. I don't want y'all to be like me. But I just feel like if I'm in a happy bliss and I want to be married, I'm just going to be married. And if somebody shows me something different, then all you can do is get a divorce. Like, what else can you do? It's nothing else. You can try to make it work. And if it doesn't work, then you can get the divorce. But there's no reason for you just not to be married if you want to be married. And then I also think that if you really don't want to be married, you should not get married, because that's something you should want to do, because you can definitely have relationships that do not have to result in marriage. They don't have to result in marriage. Traquel, that's me too. I don't have time to waste. Right. Yeah. You definitely want to make sure, but you should be able to feel. You should be able to feel, but just know that whatever the feeling, I hate when people beat themselves up when they have a divorce. You cannot beat yourself up, because people are only people. If you had intentions to be with this person, they showed you that they're this specific kind of person. And if they choose to change, then that means the relationship is going to change. The way I feel about you is going to change. That means I might not want to be married to the person you changed into. So there's no guarantee on that. No type of wedding is guaranteed. Like, unless you just say I'm in a marriage and no matter what, I'm to the death, I'm never get a divorce. But if you're depending on it to be based on if someone treats you the exact same as they did since day one, things change all the time. Anything can happen to make that person switch up on you. So you can't base it on that. I can't base it on that. I'll say that. Let's see. Traquel said Abdul. I don't have time. Okay, Abdul said, okay. Hey, Brielle. Hey, Abrielle. Let me see. Chris said hi. Abrielle said, that's true. I stopped beat myself up about but yeah, your relationship's ending. Now you're right, because people have a right to change if they want to change. It's unfortunate if they change. You don't want them to change if you decided to be in a relationship with them with the behavior that they were, exhibiting or whatever. But if they change, all you can do is change. Like, it's nothing left for you to do. If you decide to change up on somebody, it's nothing they can do. Like, you just change. Some people are not the same in their 20s as they were in their 30s. Some people have a different mindset in their 30s than they do in their 40s. Some people want to go in a different direction in their 50s as they did when they were 40. So things change. And so if the things change, there's nothing I believe that you can really do about that. People just change, and you hope the best. You hope for the best, of course. If you say you're going to marry him or you want to be in a committed relationship, obviously you want to be committed to what's going on right now. But if it changes, you are not responsible for how somebody else changed, and the other person is not responsible for you changing. Things just change. That's why when people say, you want to be married a fourth time? Yeah, because I like being married. And as long as they give me what I need and I'm what they need, then there's no reason for me not to be married if that's what I desire. And that's what I desire. So let's see, Abdul said, I'm the type of person I really don't care for a lot of stuff that doesn't concern me. And sometimes it gets draining too much. Okay, Sammy J said, Trical, don't be scared. Marriage is beautiful, fulfilling, but it's hard work. Yes, I think it is absolutely beautiful. I love, whenever I'm married, I love being married. I have so much fun. I can make them husbands go everywhere. I can do this. We do all kind of traveling. We have a good time. We play games. Like if I want to play dominoes, he right there. We can play. I have a good time with them husbands. It's just that I don't like for stuff to get on my nerves. And if it start getting on my nerves and I express that and you just want to continue to do it, then I don't have no patience. I'd be like, that's so sad. We can be friends outside of marriage. I'm very good friends with the people that I'm no longer with. Like, that's fine. I just don't want to be. I don't want to be committed to you in a relationship because I feel like you're not giving me what I need. And anybody who's going to be my husband, you're going to give me all the desires of my heart, just like I'm going to try to do for you. So, nope. Let me see. Gabrielle said, now I feel oh, y'all, hold on 1 second. My daughter is knocking on the door. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Asia? Oh, I was about to say. Well, I'm not even checking. Now open the door. Okay, what was I saying? Savvy J. I forgot what I was saying, y'all. Let me see. Ambriel, now I feel like what's meant to be. Okay, wait. Traquel, don't be scared, man. Oh, Ambriel said, now I feel like what's meant to be will be. And if not, that's okay. Exactly. Exactly. That's how I feel. Like anything meant to be is going to be. And if it's not, it's not. So people can only show you who they are until they want to show you something different. And then you're always able to move different. I move when they move. Let's say that. Let's see, 7J. I want it to stay beautiful. Right. I think it can if it's the right person who's willing to like compromise with you and like you don't have good communication what you need. I think it does stay beautiful. I don't mind putting in the work. I don't want to settle to make it work. Hey, oh, try Cal. Oh, I can't even highlight stuff or pin nothing. Try Cal. Let me screenshot that. I like that. I don't mind putting in the work, but I don't want to settle to make it work. That's the whole thing, Trical. That's I got to remember that. I'm saying that forever now. The thing about it is like, yes, I enjoy my second husband. I enjoy all the work that I had to put in for that. I enjoyed the work, but what I'm not going to do in any other situation is settle to make it work. Like that don't make sense. Why do you have to settle just to make something work? If that's the case, since you got to do work anyways. If that's the case, if you got to do work anyways, you might as well work on something that's worth having, right? That's what I love that Abdul said. And some people in marriage, all they do is complain, complain, complain. Like, shut up, please. Exactly, Abdul. That's what I don't. I'm not like the type of person that's going to keep complaining about something. So therefore, before I keep complaining about it, I just get out of it. I just get out of it because I'm not getting ready to be 5-6 years into something and keep complaining. I'm not going to do that at all. That's a word, right, Chris? Traquel, no, she said that. Let me see. Abdul said, why she put a paper on the screen? Abdul, why you worried about why I'm doing this? Because I want to put a paper on the screen. Okay. Beautiful Hill, I desire to be married too. That's why I'm not wasting my time with anyone. Exactly. Exactly. That's the exact reason why I'm not wasting my time with anyone. Because I don't have the time. Abdul, for all you know, I'm sitting around here with my panties on the bottom, and I don't want nobody to see my panties, and I had to open my door, so I put a paper up there so y'all don't see my panties. Okay, so let me see. Bama. Let's see. Okay, so Bama said, Cassie, who you on the phone with? The Ace of Spades, that or the high Joker. Cassie said she was. I missed it. Cassie said she was on the phone. Let me see. Bama said, Cassie, quiet. I don't like that. Cassie probably Cassie probably gone. I think she got to get up early for work. Let me see. Abdul. Hey, Grandma's daughter. Asia. Abdul said hi. She said hi. Chris said she's on the phone, Bama. Oh, okay. Let me say, Abdul, don't do me like that, Grandma. Abdul, don't you do me like that. Don't you do me like that. Bella said, I see Chris. That's why I'm asking which one she talking to. Abdul said, ooh, nobody needs to know that. I know you keep asking for it. You asked for that. Abriel said, Abdul, she about to get you. Bella said, Lord, am I right? What are you asking? Oh my gosh, right now. That's why I have a lot. I have had long-term relationships. I can leave gracefully. Yes, and we could remain friends. I think divorce is too deep when it ends. I don't know. Well, y'all, my divorces do not be deep. I promise you. My last divorce that I had, we went down to, I was like, today we got to go to the courthouse. And he was like, Oh yeah. And I was like, yeah, I was like, we riding together. It was like, yeah, I was like, okay. We went in the courthouse. We did whatever we had to do in the courtroom. And he was like, you want to go get something to eat? I was like, yeah. We went to lunch and everything. It was not a thing. It was not a thing. It was just like, it was so fine. Like I've never had issue. I only had 2 divorces. I had 3 marriages, but I only had 2 divorces because my second husband passed away. But it was not a thing. It was no problem. It was just like I don't mind being committed to you as a friend has nothing to do with being committed to you as a wife. I put a lot more into being a wife than I do a friend. If you gonna keep getting on my nerves, let me put you on the friends list, and then I don't have to judge you or expect anything from you or make you obligate to anything as I would a husband. So I'm okay with that. Let's see. Gabriel said, "Will you ask nephew?" He did ask. He did ask. Let me see. Chris said, Cassie said she had 2 men that were long distance. Yes. Sammy J said, I've often wondered if I go into a situation with certain thoughts in the back of my mind, does that mean I'm self sabotaging? But I also think that you can't experience real unless you're fully serene. I didn't see what you're saying, Savvy J. That's why I said that I really like to give people a chance until they show me different because I don't want those doubts in my head to cloud a relationship. If I have to be doubting too much, I want to just stop the relationship because if I'm like I said, I like to have a lot of fun in a relationship. And I'm just gonna give you trust until you show me something different, to a certain extent outside of what I'm already gonna think that a man or female, anybody in a relationship is capable of doing. And so, therefore, I feel sometimes if I okay, I'm gonna say it because I try not to do that. But if someone says, like you said, that you do that, Savvy J, I think that it can sabotage things before you even get started because you're making feelings that you're projecting feelings that have not even happened. So you're limiting your happiness based on that alone before you even get started. And you might as well have fun until you find out something different. Then let that be your bad time. Don't have a bad time before the bad time comes. Don't let that be your bad time. Just have fun while it lasts. If it lasts forever, that's great. If it lasts for a year, that's great. When you learn something that you can't deal with about the person, then let it be there. That's how I feel about it. Let's see. Abdul says she should have lied, said something about having shorts. Abdul, let me see. Savvy J says surrender. Okay, yes, surrender. Okay. Shorts all. I hear you, Abdul. Okay, Trikel said that's true, Savvy J. Philly said, this is my last relationship, God willing. I'm still trying to get the hang of it after being single for 5 years. Well, Philly, hopefully it is your last relationship. Hopefully this will be your last one, and this will be the one. This will be it. We're gonna say that this is it, Philly. We're just gonna stand on that. Chris says, Savvy J, yes, it's like you have to do both. Guard your heart and be vulnerable. Yes, you do have to guard your heart, but guard it for what you would do for anybody. Don't hold those stigmas on people that you are with because I really believe that they could have that could put a cloud over your relationship when you do that. They haven't showed you that. Now, if you had some issues in the relationship and you try to make it work, okay, that cloud might be there because they showed you something. But if they have not showed you anything yet, then I don't see a reason to let that be a focus at all, or don't focus on that. Like if they haven't I like to give people the benefit of the doubt because it's only going to make you feel some kind of way, feeling that way. You're going to have that feeling. They're going to be going about their life or whatever, or either get irritated with you projecting feelings onto them that you had because of prior situations or prior experiences or whatever. And that's just not fair. I don't think that's fair. Let's see. Okay. Philly says she is only willing to marry once. I don't blame you. That is the goal. Let that be your goal. Don't be like me. The goal is I love when I say I have so many relatives that have been married for so many years. And I just love the fact that they can say, I've been with this person 30 years, 40 years. I think my mother and father were together 50 something years. Was it 60 years? No, like 50 something years, I believe. And so, no, like, no, my mother's 81. So probably like 60. Since my mother was 15 years old, they've been together. So I love long lasting relationships, but sometimes you just some things happen and you never know. Because Philly, like, had I married my second husband and he was my first husband, he still passed away. So would I have been at that age in my 30s? Would I have stayed single for the rest of my life? So things can, you can, for some time, for different reasons, you can become unmarried for other reasons. So just because something happened that first time, I don't feel like that stops you from being married second or third time, whatever. But of course, the goal is always going to be that we stay together forever. Okay, Abdul say, y'all might say I'm crazy for this, but the only reason why I might get married is to have fun, is to have fun and carry my kid or kids. To have fun and to carry your kid or kids. Okay. Savvy J said, I agree with that, Gamma. Yes. Abdul says, should I have so many walls built just from past experiences with bullying friendships? I guard my heart so much. But I just feel like if you guard your heart, you are limited in yourself and it limits your happiness. Like the next man I get a hold to, I'm going to tell you this, unless he shows me something different, I'm not going to assume any of my past present situations. I'm not going to project that on him because that's going to put a like I said, it's going to put a cloud over the relationship. And who is going to be the person that's going to feel that? Nobody but me. If I let, I'm not saying let all your guards down, but I'm saying until somebody shows you something different, you don't have to act on that. Like, don't act on it. Don't let that be a reason why you don't do certain things or something like that. Just, I say have fun until it's no longer fun. Like, have a ball while you can. It's already a bad situation that one day it may come to an end. Why start the process before it gets started? Like, I say have fun. I say have fun. Let me see. Long lasting is the goal. Now tragic is a different is different. I agree. Yes. 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 Because anything can happen. So just have fun. Like, have fun during that time. You can't, if you had somebody before that cheated on you, you literally cannot get to the next person and project that onto them because they, what if they're not even thinking about something like that? But you have it in your mind. So really in your mind, you can't be as happy as you would have been because in the back of your mind, you're so focused on the cheating and don't even know if they're cheating. So it only hurts you. I think it only hurts us. Abdul, I can understand that negative experiences can make us that way. Yes, if you let them, they don't have to. However, again, it's the self sabotage, right? Because that's only if you let it. Like, we've had a lot of experiences. Like, it doesn't mean like it could be an experience. We had a lot of job. What if the job at our last job, if that was a supervisor that did this, and that, you can't go to the next job with that attitude saying this supervisor is going to do this, and that. It just doesn't work like that. Like, you just give energy to energy. So if it's good energy, give the good energy. There's no reason to put any bad energy, and you got to have some bad energy if you're not trusting somebody, or if you're in the back of your mind you're thinking this and that. Of course, anybody could cheat. Anybody could pass away. Anybody could just decide to leave. Anybody could change. Anybody could do that. But until they do it, it's no reason to make your life um not miserable, but to put some misery in your head about thinking certain things about the person. It's no need of doing that at that point. I don't think it's any need of doing that until it happens. Abdul said, I'm trying to not guard my heart too much. Some days are great, some days are worse. Well, keep on working on Abdul. Ty said, I agree, Gamma. I give everyone their fair chance until they prove me wrong. Yes, just let them prove you wrong. It's already bad enough it can come. Let that stay there. You never know if you're putting that in your mind and you put that in. You never know if that energy is going to draw that. That energy could draw that thing to just happen. Like, what if that happens? You don't know if you're giving that. Don't give that energy. That just have your good energy about it and have your fun while you can for whatever until whatever happens. Maybe it may never happen. And then look, you lived your whole life having that fun and having a good time without even thinking about nothing like that. Let's see. Hey Kimmy 0623, thanks for coming in. How are you? How are you? Yes, we have been on this thing for more than what I thought I was going to be on here for about an hour, but now it's an hour and 36 minutes, y'all. But you need to check people once or a few times. Yeah, but I'm not saying let it go once they I mean depending on what the situation. That's why every situation is different. Every relationship is different because every situation is different. Like you cannot say because something was a no over here, when you get into the next relationship, it may not be a complete no because of whatever reason. It's a foundation of all kind of blocks you build on a relationship. You just can't determine it based on the last one. But y'all, I had such a good time with y'all. We had a good conversation as usual. We always do. This what Chris said. That's okay. That's chat is back there. Thanks to everybody who came in. Sammy J said I'm getting off now. Because someone is looking at me. I really enjoyed this chat. Good night, y'all. Yes, and I'm leaving out of here too. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for all the green in the screen and all the people who came and chimed in and gave some situations, some experiences that we could go off of. Thanks for listening to mine. I appreciate everybody who came into the chat. Um, Wednesdays talk tomorrow. Wednesdays talks tomorrow. What you mean, Abdul? Great life. Thank you, Beautiful Hill. I still got to get the calendar out for y'all. That's going to be the weekly calendar. Once I can make sure I can commit to those days and make sure I want those specific lives to be on those days. Right now, I know oh, the topic for tomorrow. I don't know what's for tomorrow yet. I don't know. I'm trying to be consistent. I'm coming in. I've been trying to come every day. I am trying that. Thank you so much, Chris. Thanks. But Friday we do have a live coming up on the two men that are going to come back on the panel to give us some hope, y'all. Everybody who's in this chat, that was in the chat where my nephews were on there, basically letting us know there's no hope for us. No, these two men, hopefully, I don't know what they're going to say. Actually, I won't talk to them about the conversations before, but we can get a perspective of some older men. I think they're in their 40s, I believe. I think those two are in their 40s. So we'll have my nephew and his friend, they were in their 30s. So maybe we'll get a different perspective and it might be some hope for us out here. I don't know, y'all, but y'all tune in on Friday. Watch my community wall because that's where all my upcoming lives or videos or upcoming events or anything I have coming for the page. Don't forget Thursday is game night though. Thursday is game night. Man, I don't even have the schedule in front of me, y'all. I don't have the schedule in front of me. I don't know why I don't get this first. Last week we did the Puerto Rico. Is bingo next? Hold on, y'all. Let me see what is next. For Thursday. So I'll be on. I know for Thursday and Friday. Thursday is game night. Friday we'll be continuing to talk about those relationships. Those what do we call that? Multiple relationships or something? Hold on. Man, does anybody know what? Let me go on my community wall. Anybody know what game we're playing on Thursday? It's on my community wall. I gotta keep bringing it up. Okay, so tomorrow we are playing. Not tomorrow. Thursday we are playing bingo. We got bingo again, y'all. So bingo will be at 7 o'clock on Thursday, and then Friday, we'll be bringing back those guests that'll be on the panel to talk to us about those dating multiple people or multiple. What do we call it? I forgot it was like dating, like the outlook on dating, and is it possible to date multiple people and be serious with both people, or what's the what's the male point of view on dating and kind of like settling down? It's going to be like a wide range of relationship questions for the two men that are coming on. Okay, so wait a minute. So I may go live for about 10 minutes, y'all. I'm a little wait for a little celebration. Oh my God, Tanya got her 20K. She needed 50 earlier. Tanya, you did that. Okay, so Tanya's going live after this, so I gotta definitely get off so I can get on with that because she be trying to go to sleep. Okay, so good night, everyone. Congratulations, Tanya. Yes, Chris, she did it. What's tomorrow? Traquel, I don't know what's tomorrow for sure. Watch my community wall tomorrow, and I should have it on. So watch that community wall, Traquel. Okay, Tanya. Yes, everybody, congratulations to Tanya. And if you are not subscribed to Tanya, go over to Beautifully Healed and subscribe. She just made her 10K, I mean her 20K. She must have just did it not long ago. But yep, she did it. Tanya, you did that. 30K on the road to 30K. So, okay, yep. So Tanya says she's going live for a couple minutes. So I'm about to go over there and I'll see y'all there. Y'all have a good night.